Alright, people, video number 4. In case you haven't been keeping up, either way, we have Chris here to help us with this whole situation of pronouns, because that's what we're going to talk about, is the fucking inaccurate use of pronouns. I guess what triggers it all is I seem that I can't go anywhere without sitting down with two ladies and being called ladies in general. And is that inappropriate to me? Does that fit? Is that accurate at all to me? No, not at all. In fact, it's pretty much an insult. And that being said, I think that's an issue that needs to be discussed as far as people who don't really consider it or even think about it or even know about it, or who are going through it and don't really know how to deal with it, you know? I guess, long story short, we went to Waffle House, me and two girls, actually, and we were chilling, whatever, and this guy came up to us and was like, "Do you ladies need anything?" And right then and there, instant thoughts in my head were, okay, do I sit here and am I an asshole? Am I going to be like, gentlemen, okay? You ladies and gentlemen, okay? I shouldn't have to do that. I should never have to do that. Should I have to do that? I should not have to do that.
No, you shouldn't have to
I shouldn't. Because you clearly see what I'm going for. Do I look like you're an extraordinary female? Do I look like I'm sitting here with my painted nails and asking which one I broke? I don't think so. And that was a total stereotype, and I apologize, but I totally just pulled it out there, so it's fine. Either way, main point is you have these thoughts in your head immediately when you're called girl. When someone says, "Hey, girl," or someone says, "Hey, lady," or even, "Hey, pretty," or anything like that, you have these immediate thoughts. Do I correct them? Do I correct them nicely? And if I do correct them, am I being mean? Or do I just sit there and am I silent? And do I deal with it? Because that's what the world is. Do I deal with this constant recognition of who I am not? Am I okay with being who I am not? And that's what you really got to ask yourselves. And as people who are dealing with transgender friends, who are dealing with transgenders in their lives, or who are learning about transgenders, you learn to recognize that. And, I mean, yeah, granted, the general gist, I mean, you have your typical, you know, like, gay females out there who don't like being referred to as that, and that's fine. And everything kind of gets confusing. I understand. Like, I really do. Especially not being in the whole LGBT community or not. But the point is that there are tons of people out there who recognize it, and there are tons of people out there who just, whatever, this is how it is, you know. I look at you as this. You're small, you're with girls, you look, you know, a little more feminine to me. I'm going to call you a lady, because that's what I know. I know plenty of girls out there who don't even want to be called lady. Like, what is that? Like, what is that? What is that?
Lady a lot.
Yeah, come on. And more to say is that a lot of pronouns, as far as like, okay, you go into like your friends and things like that. You go into like people who know you. And what I've realized is that a lot of people around me are really trying. I completely respect that. Yeah, you're trying. You've known me for a while. I get that. You've known
5
me.
years.
Yeah, you've known me as April. You've known me as she, her, whatever. I get that. But what I don't get is when I see some people, and you know, some people, keep in mind, some people, who will say he all the time around me. The minute I turn my back and they're talking to someone random who might not understand, they realize that they're going to have to go through this with me. So they'll say she. And that hurts. That's a knife in the back is what that is. And the main point is that this happens all the time to
It defeats the purpose.
It totally does. And I mean, think about it. I'm trying to change my name here to Abel, right? For anyone who knows me as April, it's Abel. I've mentioned this a couple times. And I don't expect people to get it like that. I really don't. I'm not crazy about it. If you know me, you know I'm not this ginormous asshole about all of it. You know that. But the main point is that when I sit there and I tell someone, "Hey, I'm Abel," and you come around and you're like, "Hey, what's up, April? She's blah, blah," that just defeats everything. It defeats everything. Because what people are trying to do is they're trying to get to know me. And I'm trying to be myself. And that sucks. Because you have whatever. And like I said, this video is for a lot of people who don't know. But there are people who do. And if you do, and you're actually going through with it, I have 100% respect for you. For strangers and people like that who have actually maybe applied themselves in these situations, think about it. Just think about it. You know, you don't have to be perfect all the time. No one does, obviously. But just think about it because you never know. You never know. And to be in a situation like that is terrible because it's embarrassing. It's inadequate. And there are millions, I mean, there's tons of people who kill
So
them.
you start T.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is where we get on the topic of testosterone. It's like, okay, I'm definitely going to do it. I decided. I'm going to do it. It's a strong characteristic. But what's funny is I've thought about this is the moment I start taking tea and I'm starting to show actual features of things changing, where my voice changes a little lot, like a little bit lower, and there's facial hair, and I actually look like a straight up dude. That's the moment where people are going to start saying he. That's the moment where people are going to start saying him. That's the moment where people are going to just sit there and be like, oh, well, now if I don't do this, I'm going to look stupid. I'm going to look retarded, right?
Yeah.
It's true. And you know what? That's sad. I'm doing this for me. Point blank. So let's put that out there. I'm not doing this for anybody else but me because I feel this is the way I feel. And I wouldn't feel this way if it weren't for, like, you know, just how
I've known you.
Yeah, since I've been, born, But then it comes to the point where you see the people around you and they're like, "Oh, and this isn't like pointing fingers or anything like that. But you sit there and you hear from I'm telling you, tons of probably transgender go through this. I'm trying to respect it. I make mistakes, blah blah. It's a mistake when you correct it. It's a mistake when it happens randomly. It's not a mistake when you say it all the time. It's not. It becomes less of a mistake and more of just an excuse. So either way, the main point of it is that it's sad that a lot of people feel like they have to take testosterone. I'm not talking about myself, but it's just a general reason. Is that, because then you're recognized. Top surgery could be for you. Testosterone could be for you. Some things can be for them. Um, it never should be the case. But I'm just saying it's going to suck when I realize that some people that I realize have been saying she and things like that will start to say he as soon as changes can become. Because then it just doesn't seem right. Because if you're talking about a dude, someone who looks like a dude, who doesn't just classify as a dude, if you're talking to them and you say she, you immediately look weird, right? Because that's weird. No one likes weird. No one likes change. Fuck that. Anything we know, gone out the window. Whatever. Anyways, she's here because we are going to talk about how this guy, apparently, what? You just get on with the story. Get on with it. It's awesome. It's just awesome.
My I have a Tumblr. I don't. Well, you guys don't know me, so it doesn't matter. But so I have a Tumblr, and there's this kid who lives in Richmond, and we became friends through Tumblr, and I don't know. Anyway, so we start texting because, we plan to hang out and, actually be friends. And he asked me right off the bat what pronouns I prefer. Just, I guess from knowing that I'm queer or identify as queer and not as a lesbian, I guess he wanted to make sure that he didn't say the wrong thing, which was really cool for me because I have that choice to say, hey, I prefer male pronouns, hey, I prefer female pronouns, hey, I prefer gender neutral pronouns. That gave me the choice as opposed to, oh, hey, girl, what's up? It's like, well, what if I personally don't like female pronouns? Then you just fucking offended the shit out of me. But I guess everyone does it. I mean,
Yeah, everyone does it. Even I mean.
But it's nice to have the option.
It really is.
So.
It's respectful.
Cool.
It's respectful because you kind of sit there and you put someone else's feelings before you. You realize that this is not. From what I've heard, there are not just two genders. There's not. There's plenty of genders. But the sad thing is there's only two. There's only two doors to a bathroom. There's only two. That's sad. But the thing is that we're growing up and we are just blossoming as human beings. We really are. So you need to get with it or get out. Point blank. But either way, I guess that's the rant for today. we're running on about 10 minutes, and I'm sure half of you probably already turned this off.
But
But
those of you who stick around,
yes, either
points.
way, main point is just think about it. You know me, well, you might know me.
Oh, you might
Um,
know me.
yeah, and you might know transgenders in your life. But the main point here is that think about the pronouns,
Be respectful.
be respectful, and think about these situations. And even if it's hard, which I know it's got to be hard, I deal with transgender friends all the time. Even I slip up. The point is that you can recognize that and try your damnedest because it'll save a life one day, and that's what we're trying to do here. So that's it. And Abel for you, and Chris for you, and there will be another video up sometime whenever I feel that there needs to be an update, but there needed to be an update, and here it is. So,
Bye.
later.